Hello folks, welcome to the Plain Mundane Show. I'm Alex Aquarius. Today we're going to talk about something that I've enjoyed doing since about 2010, and it's called making Ormus. Now what is Ormus? Ormus is, let me show you real quick. I've got a jug here. This is Ormus, okay? Do you see how, see this clear liquid? See how it's clear at the top? And what's white at the bottom? What's white at the bottom, that's called the cookie. That's what you want. Those are the noble metals that fall out of the Dead Sea salt when you change the pH, okay? And that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. I'm going to show you how to rinse it, and we're going to make some. Now, watch how this stuff moves like a little angel cloud. It's kind of heavy in there. It's not moving. This one's really dense. It's not normal. See, I've got this thing filled all the way to the top. But I'm not going to shake it up too much because I'm going to separate that here in a minute. All right. So, Ormus. What is Ormus? Ormus is a drink that has a high pH, okay? Now, what does high pH mean? Just as a review for pH, that's like your percentile of hydrogen, okay? When neutral is 7, acidic is low pH, okay? Alkaline is high pH. People think it's the opposite, like, oh, that's very acidic. It's got to be 14 is the highest number, but that's your highest base. Your highest alkaline product is a 14. Your lowest acidic product is a 0. Okay, and just to give you an idea of some of the things in our diets that we have, I brought up a list of drinks here. These are beverages. Product and its pH. Sodas, neutral would be 7. Dentin dissolves below 6.5. Enamel in your teeth dissolves below 5.5. A&W root beer is 4.75. Barks 4.47. Let's go down. Let's see. Diet 7-Up 3.7. The lowest on the list is RC Cola at 2.38. Coca-Cola Classic 2.5. Cherry Coke 2.5. Coca-Cola 2.5, Pepsi 2.5, Fanta Orange 2.73, Squirt 2.89, Dr. Pepper 2.89, get it? Diet Pepsi 3.0, Slice Orange 3.0, goes up. I don't drink sodas or pop wherever you live. I don't touch it. So let's see, juices and milk. Borden Vitamin D milk 6.9, that's just about neutral, okay? Yoo-hoo is 6.01. V8 100% vegetable juice is 4.3. Tropicana 4.0. Crystal Light 3.8. The lowest one, Ocean Spray 2.9. Don't drink too many juices. Let's see. I think lemon and lime is good because those are natural, basic juices. They give you a good alkaline. You want more alkaline. Your blood needs to be more alkaline to function properly. And that comes from the beverages that you drink. Bluebell ice cream is 6.56. Let's see. Just to give you some ideas. Black licorice is 5.0. Tomato is 4.4. An orange is 3.8. A lemon. Hold on. Now the juice is alkaline. I don't know why it says a lemon is 2.2 and a lime is 2.1. It's very acidic. But I'm reading that I think these lists were wrong. I thought, how can that be? To bring your pH up to have more lemon and lime. Maybe disregard that. Forget what I said about lemons and limes. Okay, a coffee with Coffee Mate is 6.75. Never use Coffee Mate. That's margarine. That's your partially hydrogenated soybean oil. Goes into your liver, clogs it, and you can't burn calories while you sleep. Your body burns your calories and your fat. Burns your fat while you sleep. If you have margarine in your body, which is Coffee Mate, it's just powdered margarine. No working. It's useless to count calories if you're plugging your liver with things that don't let you burn fat. Okay, like partially hydrogenated soybean oil. The #1 cause for obesity in America, in my mind. Okay, phosphoric and sulfamic acid is 2.0, and an RC Cola is like 2.3. Okay, A Red Bull is 3.3. A Gatorade is 2.9. You know, water is the best thing to drink. You know, people know this. It's not a mystery, but water is the best thing for you to drink of any natural beverage, the most natural beverage. Even some, I think Longview, Texas tap water is 8.8 or 8.5 pH. It's very basic. It's very alkaline. That's very good for your body. Our diet is too acidic. So we need to get the acid out, get the alkaline in, the basic high pH, you know. So now we're going to talk about Ormus. Ormus has a high pH. Ormus is very alkaline. You're talking about you want to get to the 9.3 to 9.4, 9.5 pH range, which is very high. But you don't drink Ormus all day. You just drink, depending on the person. I've drunk as much as a liter and a half a day. Back in 2011, I was making it a lot. And real quick, I just want to show you, when I was learning how to make Ormus, some of the biggest questions for me were some of these laboratory verbs where they were going, yeah, just rinse it. And here, I rinsed this one, and here it is, it's rinsed, and this one's been rinsed 5 times, and I'm like, what is rinse? How do you rinse? And nobody showed how to rinse. So what I'm going to do for you today is show you how to rinse Ormus, and I'm going to do it right here on the video. Yay! All right, so what you're going to need when you go to make Ormus. Now, Ormus is made from, Ormus is a monatomic element, which means, like gold, it was made with gold. Like gold normally has a molecule that has 7 gold atoms in one molecule, but if you string them out to where it's single atom chain, that's mono, meaning one atom, atomic, monoatomic chains, they go into your body, and what they do is they go into your cell structure. They go through the membrane of the cell, and they get into the organelles inside of the cell, like into the mitochondria, where your DNA is, and your messenger RNA and things that travel along what's called the ribosomes, which are like the spokes that hold the cell together. To get elements inside there with these noble elements, what you're doing is you're raising the tensile strength, the frequency range of that cytoplasm, the water inside of your cells. And so when you raise the frequency range of your cytoplasm, you can literally vibrate as a machine, your body, at a higher frequency range, because you're literally changing out. It's like giving your body an oil change and putting in a higher grade, a better viscosity oil if you were a car. So you're taking the cytoplasm out of your body from all the acidic junk and crappy tap water you've had, and you're putting in a high vibration monoatomic element that goes in. It's like supercharging, belt-driven supercharger for your cells, and it's every single cell in your body. And so you can imagine what it does if you can literally vibrate and resonate on a higher vibrational plane. Those of you who are watching this video, I don't have to explain, I am assuming, and I'm going to assume. So what I'm going to show you is what you need to make Ormus, and let's just get started. First of all, you need Dead Sea salt. It only works with Dead Sea salt. I did want to try also salt from the Dead Salt Lake in Utah, because that is also a Dead Sea, but I haven't done it yet. But I wanted to find some and try it. But when I first tried to make Dead Sea salt, I didn't have any, so I ran down to the grocery store, and somebody said that pink Himalayan salt worked, so I went to the gourmet Kroger nearby, and I got the pink Himalayan. And you saw that white cookie cloud I had in here, right? With about this much water, I was getting this tiny little pink cookie at the bottom that you could see through it, and it was pathetic. And it was, I was spending days rinsing this stuff, and I was getting this tiny little cookie. Don't use pink Himalayan. What I use is Dead Sea salt. Okay, is that glaring? Okay, this is Minera. This is just, you can get these salts from your bath companies. You hear about bath salts, like as in drugs, like eating people's faces and running around naked. Like that's a slang term that they're calling a drug that they're making that looks like bath salt when you make it. So this is not that. There's nothing wrong with having this. So Dead Sea salt, you can get this brand. Another brand I recommend is Adovia. Maybe some of you ladies know some bath products made by Adovia. They have a good Dead Sea salt, and that's what I use to make my drink. It's just pure Dead Sea salt exported to America, or whatever country you're in. I'm sorry. So it has to be Dead Sea salt. So you need Dead Sea salt. Now, what do you do to the salt? You put it in water, and you just, like you're making a salt beverage, you just fill up your water. You can use distilled water, filtered water, even tap water if you have to. I don't think it matters that much. I've had success. I'm going to explain that with any water. Okay, some of you will only use distilled water or filtered water. What you're going to need to turn it into a functioning dropout precipitate making drink where you can separate those levels is you're going to need sodium hydroxide. Okay, now the other term for this, it's called lye, L-Y-E. Okay, now lye is very caustic. See, I even wrote on there so the kids wouldn't play with it when I bought this one. Caustic, that means high pH. It's the opposite of acidic, okay? Caustic. If you take a grain of this stuff, it's clumped in there, it's kind of humid. If you get a grain of that on your skin and you just set it there on your skin, literally within a minute you would have a little hole looking like a pimple starting to eat through your hand. It can burn you just like acid, so you don't want to get this on you. So what you're going to need, you have your Dead Sea salt and you have your lye, which is sodium hydroxide. Now sodium hydroxide is not a poison, other than the fact that it can burn the crap out of you and melt your skin and your tissue. Once the pH of it has gone down or it's been diluted, it's just a salt. So it's sodium hydroxide. It's sodium and hydrogen. So that does not make it a poison at the right pH. Once it's got its whack taken out of it, its strength. Okay, so don't worry about it. I had a friend I was showing how to make this, and he's like, "You put lye in there. I'm not gonna drink it." And he refused. He was, some people you'll explain this to, and they're not gonna get it. I was trying to tell my mom about it, and I had a hose on a dresser in her house, and she's, "You're getting acid all over my furniture. It's gonna eat holes." And I said, "You're drinking a Coke, Mom. That's 2.5 pH. This is basic at about 10 right now." Anyway, you can argue with people, but if they're not going to get it and they don't get it, they're just not going to get it. So don't worry about this. This is actually food grade. You make pretzels with this. Bagels are made with this. You can use it to make soap. People who've made their own soap separate out what you're not using. I use some goggles. These are just my racquetball goggles, okay? I put them on to protect my eye. I don't want to get 1 grain of that in my eyes while I'm doing it. So I always put on goggles. And I'll take usually about a 1/3 cup. You can get some measuring cups and another rack of spoons. I'll take my, usually my 1/3 cup or the 1/2 cup. Sometimes I'll take about 2 scoops of this. This is your rough ratio. You're going to have to try your own. It depends on the salt you buy and the sodium hydroxide grade that you got. It's going to be about 1.5 tablespoons, regular 1.5 tablespoons, to about 2 of these scoops in a pitcher as big as I showed you. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to put about that much salt in, let's say 2 scoops, and you're going to probably want to get to almost with the lye, once you got your goggles on, you're going to want to sprinkle it in, and what you do is you get a pH meter. This is a pH meter. I don't like this one, it's not that accurate, but my really good one broke that I bought out of a Granger catalog. I bought this one on Amazon. You turn it on, and it reads the pH right there in the little window, and you can just drop it right in your liquid. Like this is water. My water that I've got right here. I need to rinse it off. It's going down. My water is 8.5 or 8.6. So anyway, get a pH meter. You drop it, it reads that fast, just like I showed you. That's all you need to know as far as you put it in. There's a way that you set these and you calibrate them. And once you have it calibrated, if you have a good one, get the best one you can get. All right. Another thing is when you're adding, once you put in your scoops of Dead Sea salt into the pitcher and you've mixed it up, I use a wooden spoon. Some people use mixers. I don't want to affect the vibration or the cosmic spiritual effect of the drink, so I don't use any electronics or like a drink mixer. You just stir it with a spoon, that's good enough. So what I do is when you're taking the drink, let's say you've got you've got it over the pitcher like this, and you've got your pH reader in there, and you're sprinkling in that, and you stir it a little bit, and you put your spoon in, and you stir it, and then you try it again, you put a little more in. It's not a linear concept. It's not going to be like this where you add a little more and it's going to go up this much on the meter and you go. It's not linear. It goes like this. Let's say here's your sweet spot. It goes up until you hit a sweet spot, and then it will go whoosh, and take off like a rocket. So if you sprinkle just 2 more grains when it's at that sweet spot and it's too much, you've gone over. And what you want to shoot for is 10.7. I'll repeat that. 10.7. 10.7. You may be able to go over that for a second or two if you go to 10.8, 10.9. It better come back. If you go over 11, even 11.1, throw it out and start over again. Because once you get too much lye in there and the pH goes too high, you're going to remove too many minerals that you want from your drink, and you're not going to like it. Okay, so we've got goggles, our mixing cups, our pH meter, our wooden spoon, and a plethora of pitchers where you use your water. Okay, now we've got our Dead Sea salt and our lye. So what you do when you rinse, I'm going to show you how you rinse. Okay, I don't know if people, you know how, what you're also going to need probably, depending on what you have, if you don't have a bunch of expert lab equipment, some tubing. This is just simple tubing. I don't know where this came from. A hospital or a fish aquarium, who knows. I've had rubber tubing before, like you use for drawing blood. Just take this. Oops, I missed. And start to drain it out. And what I'm doing now is I am removing from the top of this pitcher the clear part. The clear part is the part you don't want. Now what I'm doing right now, this is the rinsing process. When the time that it's taken, I'm going to go ahead and stop that. The time that it has taken for your mixture with the wooden spoon at the right pH, when you got to 10.7, you stop and you cover it and just leave it on the counter. And when it gets to this, where it's separated like that, it's going to take, I can do this twice in a day sometimes. If I get up in the morning and I drain that off with my tube, and then I fill it back up with my water. That's one rinse. And then I'll go throughout the day, and then by dinner time I look at it and it's already separated. I'll do it again. I'll remove the water from the top to the white line, the white level, fill it back up with water. That's my second rinse. Now, what you want to do is you want to remove the pH, high pH value and the salt flavor of this thing to where it tastes like nothing. And so what you're going to do is you're going to rinse it. So you mix it, let it sit. When you find that it's sat where it's going to go, take the water off the top, fill it back up with fresh water, stir it again with the wooden spoon, cover it, leave it there. See that it's separated, take it out again, drain the water off the top, fill it back up with fresh water, stir it up with the spoon. Check the pH each time it's been dropping. You're going to want to do about 5 to 7 rinses. For most, I've done it, I've drank it on 4 rinses, and I've had it with 7, 8 rinses. This one right here, actually, I've rinsed about 25 times. It's an experiment. I'm using a higher pH, and this one's at about above 9.5. So this isn't one that I could drink 1.5 liters to 2 liters. This is going to be a more dense, high alkaline drink that I'm going to try with like just a few tablespoons of this each day, spread out throughout the day at a higher pH. Okay. So the rinses, what they do is they take out the salt flavor and they take out the pH. And so once you've done 5 to 7 rinses, you're going to find out that your Ormus has gone down to about 9.2, 9.4. Each number value, if you go from 9 to 10, that's 10 times as basic as 9. The highest is 14. You're okay if you drink anything under 10. It's not going to kill you. You know, you don't want to drink too much if it's over 10 or near 10. You really shouldn't drink anything over, say, 9.5. I'm making this for myself to drink small amounts because my body's used to it. At it's about 9.6, 9.7. That's as high as I would go. And I notice a difference. As soon as I drink it, it will give you a cleanse. You'll notice it cleanses you out. You'll have some, when you first do it, you'll have some water that you'll pass, and it's like taking the calcification and it's like CLR, taking the rust off of your faucet pipes. It just cleans you out. So anyway, what I'm going to do, I found out a faster way to do this instead of using hoses. I just go the quick way now. I don't worry about wasting it. Look, I just pour it. I pour it until I see how the white cookie's laying on its side. Now, don't go too fast because you don't want to catch the tail of it and start using up white cookie there and pouring it in the drain. So there, so I'm going to pour off a little bit more. Now it's getting a little white, so I'm going to stop right there. So what I've done is I call that a rinse. All right. Here's the water that I just took out of there. This is basically down to the cookie line. It's not as precise as it was if you used the siphon tubing, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it back up with my filtered water. And I'm going to stir it. I've done this one maybe 25, 30 times. It's been about a month and a half on this one jar, and I'm going to taste it now. It has a very satisfying texture on your tongue. It's a pearly feeling. So I'm going to see how that does on my stomach and for the rest of the day. But that shouldn't affect me that much. Like I said, I've drunk liters of it every day. So that's how you make Ormus. What did I leave out? Get Dead Sea salt, your lye, measuring cups, your eye protection, your pitchers, your wooden spoon. Get a siphon hose, okay, pH meter. Get your sodium hydroxide. It's Essential Depot. That's the brand for getting your lye. Is food grade lye from Essential Depot. Dead Sea salt is Dead Sea salt. I don't care what brand, but most of the companies you'll get it from will be your bath products companies. Okay. So now that's how you make it. Now, what are the effects of Ormus? When I first started doing Ormus, you're going to notice you're literally raising your vibration. You hear people who talk about Kundalini and chakras and the high vibration and crown chakra and the pineal gland. Imagine you're putting a product in your body that goes into every cell water in your body, all the cytoplasm, and literally tunes it up to where it accepts a higher frequency range at a higher tensile strength is what I call it. And it's just like a piece of silicon carbide. If you whack it, or this spoon, if I thump it, it's got a certain ring noise pitch to it. But if I thump the spoon, no, because this has more tensile strength than the spoon. So when you're drinking Ormus, you're just raising the tensile strength from this to this of the cytoplasm in your cells. So what you're doing is you're making your body more of a reactive antenna to the cosmos, to your holographic universe, so you become more in tune with it. And what you're going to find is that you start having lucid dreams. You can meditate and you start having results. You can actually, I did this, one time I was meditating and I was floating in a deep bath where I was not touching anything, and I was in a very rested meditative state, and I started calling my girlfriend's name out several times. And she was at my house and she had gone out shopping, and I was trying to just call her. I felt very telepathic at that moment, and I was calling her name. And about 2 hours later, she came home with some groceries, and she was talking to me, and she goes, "Were you calling my name? Were you meditating again, calling my name?" And I said, I forgot about that. Yeah, I said I was taking a bath and I was meditating and I was trying it. I said, I forgot already. You heard me? And she goes, yeah. She goes, I'm sitting there at the traffic light, and all of a sudden I hear you calling my name and calling it over and over. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can hear him. Anyway, that really happened. It's a true story. you can, you know, people report that if they see auras around people, they can tell like what their moods are, what their spirit is like, because I swear you can almost predict the future, and you can see about a couple of seconds into the future, or milliseconds. You just get a very good read on situations, on people. You have lucid dreams. You have answers. It's very fun, and it's something that builds up gradually. Like after you start doing this and you're drinking your maximum amount each day, you're going to notice a month and a half, 2 months later, that you start to have these abilities that really, until you quit for some reason. Like I had to quit when I changed jobs and I moved, okay, from one city to another, and I didn't have all my equipment, and I wasn't doing it for a couple of years. And I noticed when the abilities went away what I lost. So it's not recreational. It's not like you go out of your body, you know. But it's up to you. You can do whatever you want. It depends on how regular you are at making it on a solid schedule, and what you do with it. But I recommend it. It's fun. It's fun to have a project. You know, some people like to make wine at home out of berries or whatever. But this is my hobby. I make Ormus, and the lucid dreams are the most fun part. The things that you will learn from dreams. And especially if you're a researcher and you're a truther like we are, and you're studying things and you're watching videos and you're reading books and you're contemplating how things work, or you're learning some topic, or you're learning something and you're thinking about it, and at night you'll just have these lucid dreams, and just the wildest things will have. It's like, and you can control your dreams. You get up in the middle of the night, you go to the bathroom, you can get right back in bed and start your dream back up like that, and right where you left off. So anyway, I'm Alex Aquarius, and that's how you make Ormus. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you again on the Plain Mundane Show, my next topic. Have fun. Over and out.